Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming and to my last video about Conglomerate 451 Overloaded, so I won't have to say that again. I'm continuing on from the last video actually, or from the last point I was in the last video, so I'm still in the same mission. I've done a little bit more. Like I said, these can take a little bit of time. The longer the game goes on, the more difficult it gets. Not only are the missions more difficult, but you get more enemies and there's more areas. Not massive areas. You don't have to walk around lots to find things to kill, but sometimes there's quite a lot of, as you saw in the last video, there's quite a lot of different tunnels to go down. So I'm just going to fight these. Something I didn't mention, or I did, but I just touched on, and I thought I should mention it again, more in depth, slightly in depth anyway, is that you've got this screen where you can press L2, and you've got things you can do. So you can recharge your shield. It uses, as you can see, you've got a battery. Occasionally you'll find things to recharge your battery during missions, but you want to have a battery that's got some charge in it, so you can recharge your shield if it goes down. You can see your character sheet, which will tell you what all your abilities are if you don't remember them. You can move your squad. That will be if you're at the wrong angle for them, if that makes sense. Combat hacking, which is a thing I didn't touch on at all. So you've got this. You've got Cyberpunk plugins which you can buy from vendors in the city sometimes as you walk into the game. You find them and you can pick them up from chests or dead enemies, and then you can use them and implant them into your clones back at base. You can see they have different things they do, and they use different amounts of battery. Honestly, I hardly use these. I've actually forgotten that they're there sometimes. That's not to say they're not good, that's not to say that they're not important, but I just happen. But they're there if you want them, and I'm sure some of them are very useful. Is there anything else on here? And you can skip your turn, though I don't know why you'd want to do that. Yeah, like I said, move squad would be, you kind of, if they were at an angle, sometimes you have to kind of twist your squad around a bit. That's what that would be. So yeah, as I play this little bit, I'm going to talk about what I think about the game overall, and I think it's okay. It's not obviously it's not the most fantastic game ever or anything like that. It's not. It's very similar almost to a card-based game because of the way it's done. It just reminds me of a card-based game. But it's not. It's a kind of dungeon crawling, sort of card-based game set in a cyberpunky world with clones. That's sort of summing it up, and it's all right. I've enjoyed it. I played it quite a lot, more than I thought I would. I don't mind, the environments are quite nice. I like the clone idea. Because it's clones, I can't complain that all the agents look the same because they're clones, but you can give them different face paint and different names. You can name them if you want. So that's okay. You can make them individual as as you could make a clone, I guess, and that's fine. And the combat is relatively challenging. It's not straightforward. Like I said in the other videos, you can get killed. It's not something that can't happen. You can easily die, and you can lose agents, or you can get agents that are badly injured and have to go back to base and be rehabilitated or healed, or they can get too much pain. They can also get addicted to drugs because you've taken too many drugs. So I think it's got quite a lot of systems, this game, and as I've just said, there was that thing about hacking that I didn't mention. It's got a lot of systems. For what the game looks like, if you just saw it, it's got quite a lot going on because you've got the clone thing, you've got the different ways you can get different substances to build different types of clones. You've got the hacking thing, and you get different hacking mods. You've got gun mods, you've got the credits, you've got the different kinds of enemies. There's a lot going on in this, and it's not super polished. The art style is fair enough, but it's not amazing. But I think for what it is, it's okay. I don't remember what I paid for this. It was probably, I'm going to say it was probably about £4 or £5, and I think it's probably usually about 10 or 11 or something. I think somewhere between 5 and 10 is okay for this. I noticed accidentally, just by chance. This is on Steam for like £16-17. I think that's too much for what this is, but I think it's definitely a game that I would buy in a sale, like for £4 or £5. It's got enough going on. It's different enough because although it's got the dungeon crawling, shooting, almost a card-based kind of thing, because of the clone bit, the cyberpunk bit, never had any problems playing it. It's never got stuck or jammed or bugged out or anything. I think it's different enough to be worth looking at if you like turn-based games. So if you've seen the videos and you think it sounds interesting and it looks interesting, it will probably be interesting for you, because what you've seen is probably about 60% of what's going on. I can't explain all the little bits and pieces to how you mod and hack and clone. There's too much of it, and it's not a game that's worth going into every single detail of. But there's enough here. If you like just the combat, there's a lot more than just the combat. And I think, yeah, I was quite surprised by this game and how much there is in it. Like I said, it's all a bit basic. None of it's super in depth. But I think it's, like I said, I think it's a worthwhile buy for a sale, definitely. Wish this guy would just die. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, you shoot him. You've got a better. And of course he's going to fall down and not die. But yeah, other than that part where they fall down and don't die, which is annoying, I've enjoyed this and I've played it quite a lot. I think it's one of those games that I would play randomly, sort of late at night when I don't want to get into something, where I'm just looking for something to kind of, you know, a nice simple game, doesn't really matter that much, and for that it's good. Anyway, so I wouldn't say it's like, yeah, I 100% recommend this game, it's fantastic, but I would say that if you think you'll like it from the visuals and the sort of combat you've seen, you probably will like it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Guessagaingaming. Got that blue key. There you go. Until next time, take care for now.